the time, Jurgen Klopp was adamant that as Liverpool had no option. The Reds boss felt that keeping Philippe Coutinho against his wishes last January would have had a detrimental impact on the club. An impassioned plea to the Brazil international from the owners to put his dream move to Barcelona on hold until the summer had fallen on deaf ears. An eye-watering pay increase was also snubbed. Liverpool could have stood firm with Coutinho under contract until 2022, but Klopp didn't see the value in keeping a player who wouldn't have been committed to the cause. With a heavy heart, Klopp and the owners sanctioned the record-breaking £142 million deal. It was a crazy sum of money for a player who cost Liverpool £8.5 million from Inter Milan 5 years earlier. "My job is always a risk, but I could not decide differently," Klopp said shortly after Coutinho's departure to Catalonia. 12 months on, the gamble has paid off. If there are any regrets, they belong to Coutinho rather than Liverpool. He's hardly been a flop at the Camp Nou. He won La Liga and the Copa del Rey with them last season, and they are on course to retain the title this term. However, the new adventure in the place of magic he spoke about last January has taken an unexpected turn. This season he has struggled to hold down a regular place in Ernesto Valverde's side. He hasn't scored a league goal since October. At times he has looked a poor fit for Barca's style, with Ousmane Dembele picked ahead of him. Coutinho isn't loved in Barcelona like he was at Anfield. There simply isn't the same bond. Speculation about his future has intensified, with Spanish newspaper Marca recently describing Coutinho as hitting rock bottom, but he's highly unlikely to move on in the current window. This time the year ago, Koppites were fearful about how the Reds would cope without him. After all, the wheels came off when Luis Suarez made the same move in 2014. Klopp's decision not to replace Coutinho last January was controversial. Liverpool tried and failed to convince RB Leipzig to bring forward Naby Keita's switch to Anfield. They considered reigniting their pursuit of Thomas Lemar, but were put off by Monaco's asking price for the France international. Previously, Liverpool had been guilty of panicking and squandering money when they lost a top talent. Alberto Aquilani for Xabi Alonso, Andy Carroll for Fernando Torres, and Mario Balotelli for Suarez. Klopp was determined that history would not repeat itself. In truth, the Reds still haven't really replaced Coutinho. Keita arrived last summer, along with Xherdan Shaqiri, who was viewed as the perfect alternative to Christian Pulisic, but they have been the only attacking signings. Nabil Fekir had been pinpointed to fill that void, but his move to Anfield collapsed due to an old knee injury, and that interest has never been revived. Instead, Klopp's team has evolved and exceeded all expectations. Rather than be hamstringed by Coutinho's absence, they have gone to the next level. Last season's thrilling run to the Champions League final was the forerunner to this term's stunning Premier League title challenge. Beat Crystal Palace at Anfield on Saturday to make it 60 points from 23 games, and Liverpool will have a tally unmatched in the club's 127-year history. When Coutinho was around, Klopp always felt that the Reds could be too predictable at times. They would always look to him to make something happen. Now they are so difficult to stop, because they can hurt teams from all angles. Others have taken on greater responsibility. The Phil transfer saw one world-class player leave, but gave us the opportunity to sign two world-class players, Klopp said at Melwood on Friday. The Coutinho fee effectively covered Liverpool's outlay for Virgil van Dijk and Alisson Becker. That is shrewd business. Van Dijk and Alisson have transformed the Reds defensively. That's been the biggest change since Coutinho's exit. They now have the quality, the leadership and the nous to control games and grind out results. Video loading. Video unavailable. Click to play. Tap to play. The video will start in 8. Cancel play now. Coutinho remains the last big name to have walked away from Anfield. Over the past 12 months, Klopp has delivered on his promise to make Liverpool a final destination, rather than a stepping stone, with Roberto Firmino, Mo Salah and Sadio Mane all penning new long-term deals without release clauses. They have the chance to go down in the history books as Liverpool legends. Coutinho may live to regret spurning that opportunity,